Good afternoon. Good morning, Craig. Let's go, Craig. Let's go, honey. Let's go. Mwah, smooches. Smooches, Craig. I have so much tea for you today, darling. Darling, I'm going to give you a twirl today. I'm on my TikTok live today because I have a lot of tea today. Let me turn off this light, honey. Let's give them a show. Let's give them turn the light on, honey. Let's give them a show, honey. Bam. Bam. Hold on. Let's untwist this up. Bam. Bam. Honey. Ooh, child. Give it to. It's like a naked dress on a dress, honey. Ooh, Miss Red. What? What? Miss Red. What? Miss Red? All right, so enough of that. And we are what? What? And we are what? This is what? This is no pre-edits. This is what? This is what? We're live. We live. Turn my fan on, man. I'm hot. I can't mess up my makeup. Hold on. Let me just fix my makeup. My fan. Y'all don't get hot. So welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Miss Red Podcast Show. Thank you for everyone who is on my TikTok. We are live on my radio show. Everybody welcome Craig, because Craig is a friend of mine on my, so take off my sunglasses. I get serious. Tell the news. So Craig, Craig, you ain't funny, but yeah, Craig, we have company today. We're on my TikTok. Okay. So yes, people on TikTok. Hey, everybody, you see the live sound in the back? That means we live. That means we live. So yes, Craig. I had a little power nap, and I'm here, darling. What do you think? Did I come together nicely today? Let me get some water. Oh, darling. Welcome, everybody. What a great day it is in the neighborhood. In the neighborhood. Ah! I just feel so rejuvenated. I got to see my beautiful daughter today. She's in the country. We hung out. We had lunch. I just feel so blessed. I'm just really, I am thankful. I'm always, honestly, while y'all playing, I just want to say thank you to God for every single blessing in my life. Thank you, God. But I hope you guys had a great week, a blessed week, financially blessed week. I hope you're in great health. Let's have a great show. But with no further ado, let's get started with Craig's favorite, the what the fuck? Damn. See, this is why we got special ed classes. The doctors, y'all are not paying attention to what y'all are doing. Can we please give people a second to marinate on that? Producer, can you please give that one more playtime? Y'all pay attention to this. If you have kids, you're giving birth, can you please pay attention to WTF? And you can play it again. Let's see if you can. Let's see. Can you? Probably can't, but because he got a lot of videos, but let's see if you can. If you don't play in about 2 seconds, I know he cannot. But I'm explaining it. I'm a talker, but let's see. Let's give it a second. Okay, that means he can't. Okay, let me explain it. Operating room. Baby was just born to the world. Here they are. Her nurse. Baby drops on the cold cement ground. And the doctor's like, damn, for real? Nurse, Sandy? Then, look, then they showed the picture of the baby, of that same baby. 15 years later, the baby is disabled. The baby is disabled. That's a proper word. So, but special. Nothing wrong with being special. You know what I'm saying? Special. So it's a kiki. Okay, so nobody's laughing. I hope you're laughing. Craig, say something. Well, Craig, guess what? Next week, I'm going to be in studio because I have some guests coming in. So next week, you'll be able to call in. I can hear your voice. I'm so excited, Craig, to hear your voice. So next week, you guys, I'm going to be in studio with 2 guests. I'm not saying anything about the guests yet. I'll be promoting them during the week. We have 2 special guests coming in next week in studio. First of all, before we get started, if you are a business and you need to advertise, at the bottom of the screen, look below, show some love and support. If you are a business looking to advertise, please contact me at thereddpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget, it's 2 D's. Miss Red, thereddpodcast@gmail.com. Hit me up, y'all. Anytime of day. I usually come back pretty fast, pretty good with it. All right, now let's get started with what's everybody talking about. Man, there's a couple good things, but I got to say some stuff. So after I get off of here, I'm going to go on TikTok, stay on TikTok, and gossip about something else that kind of goes with this non-celebrity. But I'm going to keep the gossipy stuff about this celebrity-wise. Now, y'all see that couple right there? Who is that? Who that is? Who those people? Okay, now, that is Doug and Christy. Doug and Jackie Christie, right? Now, we know they got this love story, meaning you always tell your kids, marry young. Remember, you guys, last week or 2 weeks ago, I got reamed out on the other podcast about building early, being with somebody when you're young. You can tell they both look like they're in their 20s, right? So they met when they were young. He wasn't even, the league had just drafted him. So she got her a young one early. So that's what you want, right? That's the goal, right? To meet somebody when you're in your young years. So he had the money, but the check wasn't cashed yet. So she is looking like basically Vanessa Bryant, Kobe, Michael Jordan's wife. I'm talking about when they were younger, because they got to meet somebody when they're younger usually. She reeled them in early, right? Okay, so they're, 20 something, maybe 20. Well, and Doug's kind of a nerd. He's a nerd now. Like, even when like Russell Wilson met Sierra, he was like corny, but he turned into like cute corny. Doug stayed corny. Maybe because he's light skinned. I don't know. I'm like light skinned man. No offense for saying, but he just never been cute to me, and it's just like a goofball. The other day, Corey Holcomb said he's like when he smiled like this with his mouth open. He called him special. Corey was like, yeah, that's the mouth of somebody that's special. I don't even like Corey Holcomb, honestly. I think he is so like, Corey, you kissing the butt of Cam Newton. So who are you? But anyway, so he married her. Now, when he met Jackie Christie, she was a single mother already of another daughter. And she was like, I think a baby, like an arm baby, or maybe like a toddler kind of a thing situation. So he was a really, really eligible bachelor. So all these girls were at the club. All these girls were hanging around. So she proceeds to be like, I ain't finna fight for you and all these women around. Now, that would be me. I ain't fighting you, but boy, stop. And Jackie was an attractive lady. You know what I'm saying? So she ain't no, ugly. But see, he ain't no looker. He wasn't, even with the money, he wasn't no looker. Let's just be clear. See, Sierra knew what she had. She turned that, Russell Wilson's like a model now. He with the sunglasses on, posing and everything. Gotcha. Thank you. And so he ended up saying, come back, I want to be with you. They ended up being together from that point on. Took in her child. So now for me, if I was his mother, I would have said, son, no. Single mom, struggling, no money, whatever. I would have said, son, I would have probably talked him out of that, or I would have made it hard for them. I mean, my new son in the NBA, and you bring in this lady with this child? Where's the daddy at? Who does that? Who's doing that? No. So anyway, he married her. They were young. And then Jackie ended up being Jackie was the kind of girlfriend that she would, which is interesting. I thought they were the perfect couple. Like, I don't watch Basketball Wives. very often because it's kind of gotten boring. That's why Shani got her coins and skedaddled because they're trying to relive it up, bringing Evelyn on. Jennifer got her new boyfriend, the jail guy. Now she got this new family that's coming against Evelyn. I guess because Evelyn slept with the game, whatever. But the thing is, they're trying to rehash it. Okay, so Shani still is the producer, but she got her checks. So it's not really, I don't really watch it like that. But I am following Jackie Christie because Evelyn's always trying to get a story against somebody on there. She's always trying to dig up something about Jackie. Jackie was a prostitute. Jackie was a porn star. Jackie was a this. Jackie was a that. And I'm like, why is she always coming for her like that? Is she jealous of her marriage or what? Because Jackie never had to work. Jackie's always had a great husband. He is like the light-skinned version of Russell Wilson, but nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he cheated because he's so goofy. Y'all know somebody that's just goofy? And he's goofy. I mean, Doug Christie's goofy. You know what I'm saying? He's goofy. He a goofy. I mean, a rich goofy. So she had a good one. She put her knife in him, and she's a little more street smart than him, and she took advantage of it. Okay. Now, she was so slick with it that she was able to actually get a man who's rich like that. He listened to her, did what she said. She followed the team everywhere, and she would be in her car behind the bus. Like, she wasn't like a typical NBA wife. Like, most of them were seen and not heard. Most of them are they're there, but they're in the background or they're in the stands. She would be like the kind of wife that would be getting out the stands, going to fight people on the court. Most of them are not like that, you know what I'm saying? But she wanted to make sure she was to be known. Well, of course, after some years, as we all know, hit dog hollers. The main one that's trying to, he can't even look at women. So behind closed doors, she's a different person. So this attitude that she gave on the show, we thinking, I used to really oh man, I've always said I love love. I would have loved to got married when I was in my 20s. If to a rich man, I mean, come on now, who does not want to meet a man when you're 20, get married, get rich? I was thinking how does someone like Shani not make that work? Well, he cheated, all that kind of stuff. I get it. That gets old after a while. The money does not work, right? So Doug didn't cheat. Dale didn't do anything, but it was her that was the problem. Like, Jackie, how you messed that up after 30-something years of marriage, grown kids, grandkids now, and now he's coming after you and somebody else? Because Doug seems so nice, so sweet. Cornball means sweet, right? How you messed that up? And you're on a big platform, making your own money now. You can go back and say, hey, Greg, let me treat you now. Let me, he's still successful. Okay, so let's dissect Jackie. So Jackie, I'm not on your side. You're goofy. All right, so let's start to look at Jackie's life. What did she do to mess up this perfect love story? Let's take a look.
I heard her say it, and I repeated it. I do what I want. You know who I am. I'm Jackie Christie. That ain't gonna change.
Just when we thought Jackie Christie and Doug Christie's divorce was calming down, things took a sharp turn. Jackie didn't just file for divorce. She hit Doug with a jaw-dropping $300 million lawsuit for stalking. But here's where it gets messy. The case was dismissed, and some are saying Doug might have played a role in it. So, what really happened? Why did Jackie demand such a massive payout? And how did Doug manage to get the case thrown out? We're breaking it all down. Every shocking twist, every legal move, and the real reason this marriage is crumbling in front of our eyes. But before we get into the lawsuit, let's rewind and see how their strong marriage turned into this legal war.
One of these lunatic, jughead, simple had the audacity to say what?
That you were caught shooting some back in 1987 or something back in the day.
Ask me, and I'll tell you no. I've done a lot, okay? But if prostitution ain't one.
For many years, Jackie and Doug Christie were seen as the NBA couple. Their love story was one of the few in the basketball world that seemed unshakable. They weren't just married, they were inseparable.
Okay, and that was her attitude. I'm Jackie Christie, honey. I'm going to do what I want. I'm going to say what I want. I mean, she was considered like the queen, and her mouth was always like that. So it was kind of like Jackie Christie relax. Like Vanessa Bryant is not really like she's kind of like quiet, nasty, nice, nasty. Jackie Christie, that's how she talks. And on that show, I do think some of the girls were jealous of her, right? Like, Evelyn, she kind of Antoine Davis. What the hell is that? And they are engaged, girl. You ain't even really you ain't even a basketball wife. You ain't even an NBA. You're not. But Evelyn got, she got the baby mama. She got the looks. I mean, Evelyn's a gorgeous lady, but her and Jackie always go back and forth. So to me, Jackie's an average looking lady. She got a good dummy. She lucked up and got a good dummy. Like, Doug couldn't hang with somebody like Evelyn. Evelyn got too much going on. Evelyn's too flashy, honey. See you next week. Not a topic today. You look really nice today. Thanks, Craig. Okay, so Doug is, he's not flashy enough for Evelyn. Evelyn and Jessica, Jennifer, they're flashy. Flash. Okay, so she knew that this is a good catch for her. So she got with him. Now, she knew that somebody like Evelyn could take Doug, but Doug probably don't like those flashy ones. Evelyn and all them are super flashy. Those are flashy basketball girls. Flashy, the diamonds, the this, the that. Hence, hit a baby with somebody, with the baseball player, Crawford, whatever his name is. So that's why she kept a tight leash on him. Tight leash on him. He couldn't look up. Even during games, she would make this man look down. He couldn't even look up. Like, if he looked up during a game, after the game, they said she would beat the hell out of him. They said she was crazy. So I guess, but after all these years, this lawsuit, so the judge threw it out. Now, the thing is, every year, Doug Christie would give her a extravagant, and it was showing the Best of Wives, a marriage, an extravagant marriage, renewing their vows every year for the last 25 years. I mean, he got big money. Let's not play about Doug Christie. He just ain't flashy like the Shaqs, the Kobe's, but Doug Christie got money. Like, she got a great man. Like, girl, how you mess that up? I don't know. Like, you stupid. Like, you real dumb. Like Jackie, because Jackie ain't really a looker. Even back then, she wasn't one of the, she was a nice looking lady, but I wouldn't say she's no ooh-wee. You know what I'm saying? But he thought he had something. But I'm saying, like, how you mess that up? Jackie, what the hell? You ain't got a child? You could have got somebody else. I mean, I would have been more docile if I was her. I would just sit over here and just be quiet, girl. But instead, try to do all this mess. Okay? So, and control him. He got tired of it. So while she controlling him, he's not being deceitful. All along, she is being deceitful. Guess what he finds in the house? First of all, why is this even in their mansion? They're in this big old mansion. Why is this in the house? After they got, like, my own child is 27. They have a child older than my child. They have like 2 grandkids. So he in court, she in court, because she knows it's going to come now. She, I better hurry up and sue him because I'm going to be exposed. Because I never would have thought this. Never would have thought this. That she is this low down. I mean, I was like, Evelyn, get off of her. You jealous. Evelyn, you're just jealous. You're just jealous. Okay? Let's see the next video. I'm kind of lead you into it. I'm a storyteller. I like to talk. Dun, dun, dun.
Really fuck with her like that?
All right.
Doug loves her.
I mean,
for real. I'm around behind. Good, because I'm crazy as hell. Let me tell you what, that couple is the definition of black love. And like, I love that.
Black love.
Chrissy too. All the craziness, because I know mine better hold me down when I have my moment.
Now she did like how many weddings now? Every year she does a wedding.
I don't know.
Like 30.
Yeah. 30. And like, what man will get married to their wife every year?
What are your thoughts on that when you see a man saying, I will remarry you every year?
Every day you make a choice to be with somebody. You're not going to have a perfect person. You're not going to have a Prince Charming. Like, all these relationships y'all see online that y'all think is perfect on TikTok or whatever, they all have the issues. You make a choice. And he's making a choice every year to say, I do to this woman again.
It's a new ring every time or not?
And they do different things every year. It's different things every year.
That. Oh, Jackie Christine. 25, 28 years. Look at that. I mean, who wouldn't want that? And he agreed to it. If I was married to a man that was that wealthy, and he actually agreed to, I wouldn't even really want that every year. I would just be like, I just want my yearly anniversary gift. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't even be harassing about that. But he did it. Like, I'm pretty sure Vanessa Bryant could get whatever she wanted. I mean, so girl, just relax. But the kicker is this, y'all. This lady was cheating on this man. Hold up. Oh, God. Woo! Oh, God. He wasn't cheating on her. He never cheated on her. Her cornball looking self, Evelyn, Jennifer, Drea, somebody misread. First, I thought y'all was jealous of her. Now, y'all right. Y'all been right all this time. This stinking, everything y'all said was right. She was cheating on Doug Christie. Girl. Oh, Jesus. You got the nerve? The nerve? Christie. Jackie Christie. Not the, I'm Jackie Christie. I am the girl. That man gave you everything. It took in your kid. And on top of that, before I go into that, let's take a commercial break. Because guess what? We need to get something started. And check out this commercial. We'll be right back. Hey, everybody. It's your girl, Miss Red, with the Miss Red Podcast Show. Back again. Giving you another little drop of what's getting ready to happen. You guys see my last drop, right? About me helping you guys out with businesses, whatever you got. Come on the show, advertise, call for a consultation, email at thereddpodcast@gmail.com, 2 Ds. All right, now I got something else that we're working on. It's called the Red Room, the Red GLAM Room Confessionals. You know how I do those, what the fuck, at the beginning of my show, which are just like crazy stories for like 2 minutes? Well, we're gonna also incorporate secret confessions. People can just basically tell their story. You could be nameless, faceless, tell someone else's story. You could be on the show. You could be virtual. You can call in. You can write in. We'll get all that stuff worked out later. But I need you to send me your stories at the Gmail. I'm ready to give you right now. thereddpodcast@gmail.com. thereddpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget, it's 2 Ds. So, this could be big, y'all. Let's get it started. Welcome back, everybody. I needed a break. First of all, welcome back. But I had to get that commercial in there. I'm lost for words right now. But so, welcome back. Y'all need to get that confessional thing going. We are waiting patiently, okay? Waiting patiently, because I want it to be a really fun experience, you guys. Come on. Let's get that going. Come in. Tell me your deepest, darkest secrets, sexual problems, Craig. Life problems, Craig. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Craig. I know you're listening. So get the shit off your chest. Come on, y'all. I'm your girl. I mean, look at this face. I am the person to tell your problems to. You can be nameless and faceless. And if you Send your stuff in. I can read it like this on my card. Nameless person and a secret. And we will talk about it. I will talk about it. You can tell me what to talk about it, about the problem. What about your problem? Do you have questions about it? Do you want help on it? Do you want to know how to go about solving it? Did somebody give you an STD? Did somebody sleep with your husband? Did somebody get you pregnant that you don't know? Anything. No one knows who you are. I'm the one talking about it. We're talking about it just to the masses, but no one knows who you are. Now, if you want to come on and be like like this, but then be face blotted out, you can. So anyway, either way, hit me up and we'll talk about it. All right, moving on. So Jackie Christie was cheating on Doug Christie. Guess what Doug found in the house? A birth certificate for their oldest daughter that they had together, Chantal Christie. She now is married with 2 kids. She's had a baby. Her first baby, some guy overseas, plays basketball. And then she married another. She's actually on the show this year. She's actually a pretty lady. She's actually married to a guy now who's actually, I think he's in the league now. She had a baby. Baby's so cute. I'm surprised that, I don't know if it was on the show before, but they found, I'm not even sure why Jackie would have this in her house after all these years. I guess this is how you know things can be under your nose and not even know it. That's what I'm saying. That's scary to me in a marriage. All these years, I've been married for 30 years. And in your nightstand is a birth certificate of your oldest daughter, and your name ain't even on it. Guess whose name is on it? I think I gotta before. Ooh, Chad. Ooh. I may go get me I may go to the. I can't tell you where I'm at, so I can't. But before I say the name, because I used to think he was so cute. Oh my God. Woo! Back in the day, this was my heartthrob, honey. Oh God. I said, oof. Chris Webber. She already knows this, but I have to be dramatic. Y'all know that. Oh my God. So that was his teammate. And they ended up being teammates, and then they ended up being his boss. Doug ended up being his boss. I guess his coach or whatever at one point. So she cheated with her then husband, got pregnant with Chantal. And she's light-skinned, so you wouldn't even think about her not being Doug Christie's daughter because Doug is light-skinned and Chantal is light-skinned. So you really wouldn't think, you would think she's a good mixture of them both, which is what it's not even really surprising. I'm very shocked. But he walks in court and waves these papers around. And keep in mind, Chris Webber is married to a beautiful lady with like 2 or 3 kids of his own. All them guys are usually married to a beautiful woman. So they had an on-again, off-again affair for years. It wasn't like no one-night stand. It was going on for years because they was always around each other because those 2 guys were always on the same team. I guess one of, like I said, Doug was his coach at one point, operations manager, whatever, coach, player, whatever. So, and then there were receipts about Jackie trying to keep it, like, let's keep this a secret, let's not tell or whatever. So Doug's, I'm not even sure how it came about. Oh, okay. At home, let me rephrase that. Let me backtrack. I'm sorry. At home, at the house, the birth certificate is Doug's name. It was something about it, though, that made it fishy. Oh, no. Chris Webber had documents showing, like, he had receipts of, like, phone calls and stuff. He had receipts of all that stuff that Jackie, love notes, left on, like, napkins, like Chris Webber. I mean, it's not like he knew Jackie was shiesty and was going to expose her at some point. Because, like, why do you have that? Like, that's weird. You're married with 2 kids to a beautiful lady. So it's like Jackie was trying to get ahead of him, Doug, get some money. Kind of like she tried to casting him or something. Like Cassie P. Diddy, let me get ahead and sue you real quick before you embarrass me. I lose everything. Kind of thing. Okay, so kind of did DNA test. Chantal is 30 years old. 30 years old. And she looks exactly like Doug Christie to me because she's light skinned. She's a pretty lady. Well, she also has another daughter. Remember the daughter that Doug Christie helped raise? That she came in as a single mom? Well, she's never really included that daughter in a lot of stuff. You know, she's always favored Chantel because Chantel is light skinned, pretty, and the first daughter has a hearing impediment. Like she's special. Like, you know, special needs, but not like outwardly. She's not as pretty as Chantel. So it's called strained in that whole situation. And it's been discussed on the show. You know, it's been discussed because it's made Chantel and then Douglas Jr., their son together, kind of be like, they kind of like have battled about it over the years. So Jackie's not been this great mom, is what they've been saying. You know, she gives this, I'm a great mom and a great wife. Well, come to find out, that's not been true. So let's watch.
What happens when the man you betrayed files suit you for every dollar, every lie, every year you stole from him, just started the most explosive legal action in reality TV history, aiming at his own team member and wife. Doug didn't cry. He didn't beg. He lawyered. Now Jackie, Christie, and Chris Webber are formally being sued for paternity fraud, identity deception, emotional distress, and over $4,600,000 0 cents in damages. After DNA bombshell confirmed Chris Webber is the real father of Jackie's daughter. This is about papers, contracts, back child support, and the legacy they sought to pilfer. Not only about betrayal now. Jackie's brand is failing, Chris's sponsorships are vanishing, and Chantel finds herself caught between two last names, one courtroom, and a lie that never stops widening. Doug was quiet for 2 decades. Today, he is coming for everything. The court system is open since this is not only payback. This is the official reckoning of Jackie Christie's empire. One thing is to be betrayed. Another is to discover the daughter you reared for 20 years was never yours. Then be humiliated and misled by your wife and subtly teased by your own teammate, Doug.
Oh, see, that's a goofy.
Both into the ground, not about to just walk away. Now the court records are public. Originally filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court, the lawsuit resembles the storyline of a Netflix courtroom drama, only this is not fiction. This is Doug, Christie against Jackie, Chris Webber and Christie's boss. The charges have nuclear resonance. Allow me to dissect it here. Doug is suing Chris and Jackie for intentional emotional distress and paternity fraud, civil identity manipulation, public misrepresentation for financial gain, and indeed retroactive financial damages going back 20 years. Total amount sought for $600,000, 0 cents. And yes, Doug's lawyers say that number could rise as new evidence surfaces.
Wow.
And what proof exists? Oh, every lie is right here. Every receipt, every whispered secret Jackie and Chris considered would never see daylight is now exhibit. Doug's legal team included a second test showing a 99.998% paternity match to Chris Bieber and DNA test findings verifying 0 biological connection to Chantel. Let that sink in. Jackie's journal entries where she admitted knowing the truth, the leaked voicemail warning Chris to stick to the narrative, and the shocking clause in her VH1 contract where she claimed she was raising her and Doug's biological child. False claims. Jackie built a TV career, a brand, and a public image off a lie. Today, Doug wants every dollar that lie earned. But wait, manager, there is more. Doug is demanding a complete public correction of the birth certificate, not only pursuing riches. He wants Chris Webber listed as the biological father on all future public records, as well as in private documents. Jackie is spinning. This is about permanent correction, not about pettiness. Those sources claim she collapsed in her foyer and cried for 2 hours straight when she was served the lawsuit. This isn't the emotional breakdown of an innocent woman. This is the panic of a fraudster who just got legally cornered. And Chris Webber is silent. No public reaction, no statement, just rumors of him changing legal counsel overnight and firing his publicist. But let's discuss the court approach, since Doug's team is coming for president, not just for headline. Prominent Beverly Hills litigation shark lead attorney told the media, "This isn't just about Mr. Christie. This is about any man who's ever raised a child under a lie. We will classify paternity fraud as a major civil offense with repercussions under serious actionability guidelines." Translation:
Y'all, let me tell y'all something. When I say betrayal on a whole new level. Betrayal. How in the hell why are there receipts from 1996 still around, Jackie Christie? Why are they able to go pick up something and find a receipt to say, this is yours, you said this? I'm confused. Why are they able to find this out? I mean, if I was to get pregnant by somebody from 19-something, you think they're going to come back and prove otherwise? Because looking at that lady, you would think that is his daughter. There's no way. I'm not even sure. I'm not even understanding why this even had to come out in the first place, honestly. Who is it hurting? I'm trying to think. Well, based on that video, I mean, he wants his child. He's saying paternity fraud this, fraud that. He wants the private school education. He wants the whole image was based around this family. That was her image. She's made all of her brands, her brand deals are based around this family. I'm Mrs. Christie, the wife of Doug Christie, wife of the NBA player, Mrs. Doug Christie, the mother of these children, the heir to, I mean, that's a brand. Like, I am misread. Okay, nobody can be me. So no matter how big my brand is, or, right now I'm growing it, but I look, let me tell you something. I am misread, honey. You know what I'm saying? No one can take that from me. I have one child, one daughter, Nikki McDeasy. Wrong way. Me and my silly self. No, seriously. But I just think you can't be that evil and that conniving. I hate liars and cheaters. I can't, but she would have done better just being honest with him and say, you know what? First of all, how about not cheat? That's why I can't stand cheaters. That's why I said on my last episode of my podcast show, committable marriages. But he's rich. He wasn't no loser, scrub ass man. You were married to a multi-millionaire who was faithful to you. So it's like, Jackie, you make us look stupid as hell. The whole point of us is like, we want a good man, girl. We want a rich man. We want a faithful man. We want a Russell Wilson. You had one, Jackie. Back in the day where like our grandparents and stuff were like being faithful, got all them kids. Girl, I would have had a baby from him every year. I would have been like Vincent Bryant. What you doing? It's a teammate. And he got ridiculed, made fun of. Could you imagine? Because he's not, Doug Christie, he's not a Shaq. Like, he's not, you can tell he's not masculine, mean. He's not around the yo. That ain't Doug's personality. He's a sweet guy. So they say he got ridiculed. Could you imagine the locker room what he went through when they found this out? And trust me, people knew back a long time ago. People knew a long time ago that him and Chris Webber and her was doing some stuff. People knew. That's why her ass was always following the team. Now you following the team, and then you still with his teammate. Now that's low down dirty. Now that's low down. That's a snake. That's why Evelyn Lozado. Evelyn wasn't wrong. Shawnee, that's why Shawnee to always back her. Shawnee would be like, Shawnee didn't want to say too much because Shawnee was the star, the executive producer. But Shawnee, I see what you did, Shawnee. Now that's the GOAT. That is the GOAT. That's the GOAT. But Evelyn, now I see why you would always try to expose her, because she's not a nice person. Jackie, what you did was, I don't agree with any of that. The lying, the cheating, the conniving, the stealing, the way that man treated you, you did him like that. I don't condone. Okay, I don't care. I'm always like, I want a man with money. I was dating men with money and all that kind of stuff. I would never do a man like that. I've never been like conniving or shysty or evil or thieving. I don't agree with that kind of behavior. To have a whole other man's baby and let him think it's his baby and use him, and then with a teammate, How trifling can you be in your soul? And then to brag about it to other people, make other people think that you're so up in this and that, and make everybody else feel like shit, and you ain't shit. Girl, I'm upset with her actually, because that's one of the good ones. Why can't I miss Doug Christie? Doug, Miss Red's available. I'm attractive, fine. I only got one child, but she grown. I take rooms, honey. I'm available. I need all that drama, but we can walk on the red. We can walk on the red carpet together. Doug, somebody know Doug. Somebody tell Doug reach out to Miss Red. We can take it slow. She's stupid. She's so stupid. All right, so let's look at the next video because I'm traumatized by this. She made black women look so stupid.
The next video is 9 minutes. How much do you want to play of it?
Maybe yeah. Can I tell you when to stop?
Like a legal thriller, but it's real. Doug Christie is taking Jackie Christie and Chris Webber to court. The charges are extreme: paternity fraud, intentional infliction of emotional harm, civil identity misrepresentation, and public deception for financial profit. He's also seeking retroactive damages that go back 2 full decades. The initial amount demanded is $4.6 million, but Doug's attorneys say the number could climb as more evidence surfaces. What happens when the man you deceived decides to take legal action for every dollar, every lie, and every year stolen from him? Doug Christie has just launched one of the most shocking lawsuits in the history of reality television, aimed directly at his wife and a former teammate. After a DNA test revealed that Chris Webber is the actual biological father of Jackie's daughter, Doug didn't shed a tear or plead. He hired lawyers. And now, Jackie Christie and Chris Webber are being sued for paternity fraud, identity manipulation, emotional trauma, and over $4.6 million in damages. This is no longer just a personal betrayal. This is about falsified documents, contracts based on deception, retroactive child support, and a legacy built on a foundation of lies. Jackie's public persona is in freefall. Chris is rapidly losing endorsement deals, and Chantel is stuck in the middle, torn between 2 surnames, 1 legal battle, and a truth that keeps unraveling. Doug stayed silent for over 20 years. Now he's coming for everything, and the legal system is wide open. This isn't a petty feud. This is the public dismantling of everything Jackie built. It's devastating enough to be betrayed, but to discover that the child you loved and raised for 2 decades was never yours, to learn that your wife deceived you while your teammates smirked behind your back, it's something Doug couldn't walk away from, so he didn't. He prepared to legally bury them both, and now it's official. Court records filed in Los Angeles County Superior Court have gone public, and the evidence is overwhelming. DNA reports confirm Doug shares no biological relation to Chantel. A second test shows a 99.99% match with Chris Webber. Jackie's handwritten journals include entries admitting she knew the truth. A leaked voicemail captures her telling Chris to maintain their false narrative. A clause in Jackie's VH1 contract falsely identifying Chantel as Doug's biological child seals the deal. Jackie built a brand, a storyline, and a reputation on deception. And now, Doug wants to recoup every dollar that image earned. But this isn't just about compensation. Doug is also requesting a legal amendment to Chantel's birth certificate. He wants Chris Webber listed as the biological father in every public and legal record forward. This is not vengeance. This is about correction. Sources say Jackie completely broke down when served. She collapsed at home and cried for hours. But this isn't the reaction of an innocent woman overwhelmed by a misunderstanding. This is the panic of someone whose lies are being torn apart by the law. Chris Webber has remained silent. No public comment, no statement. Only whispers of a PR cleanup, a fired publicist, and a new legal team. Doug's lawyers are strategic. They're not just seeking damages. They want to set a precedent. His lead attorney stated publicly, "This is bigger than Mr. Christie. It's for every man who unknowingly raised a child based on a lie. Paternity fraud must carry real legal consequences. This isn't just about two people anymore. This lawsuit could influence civil law across the country." Let's look at the breakdown of the damages Doug submitted. Private school fees totaled $180,000. College contributions added up to $95,000. Medical expenses amounted to $72,000. Family vacations came to $230,000. A Sweet 16 birthday party featuring Bow Wow cost $75,000. Miscellaneous gifts, cars, and clothing ran up to $150,000. Reputational damage linked to false paternity storylines is valued at $500,000. Income Jackie earned from VH1 appearances and endorsements using the false family image, $1.88 million. Emotional suffering valuation, $1.5 million. Total, $4.6 million and still rising. And that doesn't even include Chris Webber's share. Doug is demanding both Jackie and Chris be held equally responsible, meaning each may end up paying more than $2 million. During the discovery process, Doug's team began combing through Jackie's financial records. What they found raised serious concerns. Suspicious consulting fees, phantom reality TV contracts, and hidden payments through shell accounts. A criminal inquiry may be recommended, especially for the forged birth certificate. The court is considering allowing the trial to be televised. Meanwhile, as Doug prepared for a clean legal takedown, Jackie made another desperate move. She allegedly tried to reach out to Chantel, not to confess, but to silence her. Just 2 days after receiving a witness request from Doug's attorneys, Jackie's assistant allegedly dropped off a sealed envelope at Chantel's apartment. Inside, $15,000 in cash and a handwritten note that said, "You don't have to get dragged into this. Let your parents handle it. I'll take care of you like I always have." Chantel didn't fall for it. She photographed everything and turned it over to Doug's legal team. Within hours, Jackie was hit with a cease and desist, and the court was informed. Jackie's response was a chaotic 2 a.m. Instagram Live where she appeared distressed, spoke vaguely about loyalty, and abruptly ended the stream mid-sentence. Viewers immediately criticized her, accusing her of witness tampering in front of the whole world. Depositions then began, and the leaks were explosive. Doug's testimony was calm and controlled. He stated under oath, "I spent 20 years protecting Jackie's image. I now realize I was defending the lie, not the woman." He admitted to ignoring his instincts, choosing love over truth, and living with the emotional weight of deception. Jackie's deposition was chaotic. She contradicted previous statements, claimed she never meant to hurt Doug, but also admitted she suspected from year one that he might not be the father. One exchange stood out. Attorney, did you knowingly list Mr. Christie as the biological father on Chantel's birth certificate? Jack, I didn't list him. The nurse asked, and I said his name. Attorney, so you verbally confirmed paternity without a test? Jack, yes, but it was an emotional moment. I was stressed. The court showed no sympathy for her explanation. Then Chris Webber finally arrived. No security, no fanfare, just him walking into the deposition room with the weight of 2 decades on his shoulders. He admitted, "I knew it was possible. Jackie told me she wasn't sure. I stayed silent to protect her and Doug." But silence can be just as harmful. That one sentence opened him up to full legal exposure. Doug's lawyer asked, "To be clear, you knowingly let another man raise your daughter without ever telling him the truth?" Chris paused, then said, "Yes, and I'll regret it for the rest of my life." That statement sealed it. Now the court had everything it needed: a falsified birth record, confirmed DNA match, a cover-up, a bribery attempt, and financial damage supported by contracts and receipts. Behind the scenes, Doug stayed reserved and calculated. He issued a single public message through his attorney. This isn't about revenge. It's about accountability. My life was shaped by a lie I didn't choose. The people who built that lie will face justice. Online, public support exploded. The hashtags #Justice for Doug and #paternity fraud laws now began trending. Advocates, influencers, and verified celebrities began weighing in. Doug Christie was being hailed as a man who took back his power without scandalizing himself in the process. Jackie's brand was bleeding out. Her real estate business dropped her. Her podcast was pulled. Even her old reality show syndication was paused for violating moral clauses. Chris was unraveling in private. A leaked text message reportedly sent by him to his PR team read, "This is spiraling. I never expected court. I just wanted it to stay buried." Chantel, meanwhile, was stepping into a new chapter. She filed legal paperwork to change her last name, citing emotional trauma and the need to reclaim her identity. A preview of an exclusive interview shows her saying, This isn't just about who my father is. It's about living in truth, not a story my mother wrote. Her upcoming memoir is titled Built on Lies, My Life as Someone Else's Daughter. But it's not over yet. Jackie may still face criminal charges for attempted bribery. Chris may be named in a second civil case if Doug's attorneys divide the claims. Doug has also filed motions to convert the reimbursement requests into legally enforceable financial orders. And the judge is still weighing whether the trial will be televised in full. Network executives are watching. VH1 is reportedly debating whether to fully rebrand and distance itself from the Basketball Wives franchise. Doug has rejected every offer for interviews, reality TV deals, or documentaries, as he reportedly told his team, "I didn't ask for the spotlight, but now that it's on me, I'll use it to speak the truth, not to entertain." Jackie is now boxed in by the law, the media, and her own daughter. And as the courtroom filled for opening arguments, reporters swarmed the halls. Even former NBA players and old production staff showed up, not just to see a verdict, but to witness the collapse of a legacy. Doug sat silently, steady, ready.
Okay, see, now that sums it all up. I feel bad for him. And y'all see the girl? I can see why nobody would question that. She's light-skinned, just like her dad, because Jackie's an average-looking black woman. She's not light, she's brown-skinned. So the daughter came out a light-skinned black woman. So I can see why that wouldn't even be questioned. Why is Chantel so light? Doug. Look at Doug. You know what I'm saying? So look at the turmoil you can cause by being vindictive. Okay, so here's the still shot of the family. But look at this picture. Perfect family. But guess what? There's, I don't know, a friend of the coaches or whatever. There's Doug. There's Shiesty. There's Doug. That's probably the son's coach. There's the Douglas Jr. That's Chantel with, that's probably her first baby because now she has a second baby. So if you notice, who's missing? Her other daughter. Forgot her name. It's like Tierica or Ticha or something like that. She does not really have her in many pictures. This is like, I guess it's the son. The son went to like Division II college. He's not like a star player like his dad or whatever. So most of their pictures look like that, you know, minus that second, the oldest daughter. So that's a whole nother separate issue that's been happening. That daughter's always felt outcasted. So imagine between that daughter feeling outcasted and then now this daughter knowing that for all these years, her dad's been Uncle Chris Webber. She's been knowing Chris Webber as Uncle Chris Webber. And then she's always said, Mom, why does Mr. Chris Webber always used to cry when he would hug me or see me? So he actually knew that was probably his daughter all these years. And Uncle Webber, Uncle Chris, she caused all this havoc, all this turmoil, turned everyone's lives upside down just for her selfish needs. People who are selfish, and I can guarantee Evelyn Lozada is probably just kikiing and cuckooing and all that kind of stuff. But Craig came back on, made a comment. I agree with you, Craig. You cannot be that. Like, I'm kikiing about this stuff, but I don't like people who lie, steal, and cheat and manipulate. That was wrong. If she even, first of all, I would never even sleep with anyone that's friends, co-workers, or anything with the person that I'm with. And that was before Doug. You should have said something, but you had 9 months to let him know. And first of all, you should not be sleeping with somebody that's friends, co-workers, relatives of your a man. All right. Really quick, y'all, before I forget, don't forget to support my Cash App. $ Misread Podcast 1. All right. Make sure to show some love for the show. When you guys show love for the show, we can make the glam room be a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Cash App. No amount is too big or too small. $ Misread Podcast, the number 1. Is that 1? Just to make sure. All right. Again, one last time. Advertisement. When Anthony, come on, y'all, commercials. You see I do good commercials, right? You see it? The Misread Podcast at gmail.com. So we had a great show. Hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Again, we switch it up. We switch it up with different shows. So Jack Christie, get it together. Doug, I'm available. So somebody want to call up Doug for me? No? Just saying. Next week, y'all, we're going to be in studio with 2 live guests. I'm not going to say their names yet. It's going to be live. It's going to be 2 men. So you know we're going to be talking about relationships. Yeah, that's my favorite topic. So between this, what Jackie just did, they going to have a field day on me. And they think they're going to get me. It's going to be 2 against 1, but guess what? I got it. So next week, Craig, you got to come back next week. Next week, Craig, you got to call in. So next week, we'll be live in studio, y'all. So everybody be calling in. We'll be live in studio. I need that phone ringing. Need that chat box in. All right? The chat box will be lit up, y'all. We'll talk about relationships, dating, and everything. Live next week. BFAM 109.6, the Miss Red Podcast Show. You guys, thanks for joining me. Have a great weekend. Peace.